Sherry, I want what you got all over me. Isn't my love strong enough? I'm ready to rock you long and rough. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VeVe, Omi, Definity, Debie market DACAT update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well, all that jazz. And all that jazz. I forget what songs. Oh my God. For like the 40 and I guess 50 and older crowd, don't just text somebody K. Major age giveaway there. All right, anyway, we have quite a bit to go over today. Let's get started. Bumper. All right, yeah, let's go over this real quick. So Bumper is something that I do cover every now and then. I was live the other day when it looked like Bumper was like going down. Like their website was done. They were down like 60. Sorry, my friend just texted me. All right, I didn't know they'd be watching this. All right. Anyway, sorry, I wish I could show you guys what that was, but anywho, I was here the other day and it looked like Bumper was going down. They were down like 60% on the day. Somebody found an old version of their company where it was just, oh, it looks like in liquidation status. I was like, okay, maybe they're selling off assets, maybe they can still survive. I messaged the teams like, hey, what do you guys need to survive? What do you guys need? Let's see if we can help you out here, try to save the company. But then it turns out they didn't need anything. They were fine. The website just had a glitch and the liquidation status was from an old company that is not the new company, which is Bumper. And I think they kind of got the memo of like, guys, you really need to be a little bit more out in the public, because if you're not, and people don't hear from you, it's an unfortunate side of the business where you could have some really incredible people, incredible team, and people just don't know it. I remember my one friend Ryan is one of the funniest guys I've like ever met, and sorry, yeah, it's fine, it's fine. Haha. Okay. He was one of the funniest guys, but like nobody knew he was funny. And when he didn't get nominated for like class clown or class joke or whatever as a high school senior, my friend's like, what, dude, he's like the funniest person like ever, but like nobody knew because he didn't really talk to people that much. The Bumper finance team is so incredibly talented. They're so incredibly smart, but like nobody knows because they're not really out there. They don't put themselves out there. It's like some of those really like great single people that are just awesome folks, but they sit at home alone on Friday nights because they that's just what they do. They had kind of taken the feedback to heart, and they said yesterday, hey everyone, we're thinking about kicking off some regular spaces to keep the conversation going. Who would you love to see join us as guests? Think key opinion leaders, builders, analysts, anyone who will bring insight, value, and good vibes. And I got tagged a couple times in this. Thank y'all. Feels good, man. And despite today's horrendousness in the market, I'll explain why later. They're up about 3%. A lot of this was due to a buddy of mine chucking in a bit of money, because they actually have 75,000 in volume. That's really interesting. I did not expect that. So never mind. I thought they had much less because normally they do, but 75K in volume, and yeah, all right, not bad. Let's take a look at the rest of the market and what I was saying here. Bitcoin down 4% again on the day. It was destroyed yesterday. ETH down 5.5%. XRP down 4.5%. BNB down 2.5%. Like the whole freaking market's down. Actually, Litecoin's up 8%. That's strange. But part of the reason this is because you had the Bybit hack on Friday. You had the Trump tariff announcement for Canada on Monday. And then you had another Trump tariff announcement today involving Europe, where Europe had said, hey, we're going to, or the US had said, hey, we're going to start 25% tariffs on Europe. This is because we put more into NATO than Europe does. We help subsidize their security. They do not pay their fair share. And Trump's just like, okay, you're going to start paying your fair share. We're going to get some of our money back out of this. And the markets do not like that, like at all. This has been a very bloody week for crypto. I'm surprised people have not. I'm sure they have. Never mind. I'm not even going to say that joke. Not even a joke. A lot of blood in the streets. A lot of blood just everywhere. It's a great time, in my opinion. It's a great time to buy. If I had any dry powder on the side left over, I'd be buying here. Unfortunately, I bought that dip on Monday, and we just kept dipping. So yeah, that was a bit of a waste. But for people that have a little bit of money right now or getting a little bit of money pretty soon, it might behoove them to buy a little bit. Maybe not all of it, because again, we could still keep dipping. We could have even more bad news for markets in the future. But yeah, that's it for Bitcoin for the day and the rest of that. Let's do Debie. Yeah, Debie was one of those ones that just got savagely wrecked. Oh, all right. It's only down 11.5% now. It's like Chavez. Still pretty bad, dude. It was down like 20%, down like 65 cents. Yeah, let's see what it was. Like 65, 66 cents before. It was up to like 85, 84 this morning. Obviously down to 73 right now, but yeah, it had gone way down. Like we're going down, down. You spin my head, right? All right, let's see what the Debie the volume is on the day. So we've got 1.4 million in volume. Omi has surpassed Debie once again. Debie's now at a $63 million market cap. There's a bunch of friends of ours, of mine, but you know one of them, two, maybe no. You've seen one of these guys on the podcast before that are, yeah, just one, that are very, very bullish on this. We think that this should not be $63 million. We think that this should be several $1 billion. Even at 6.3 billion, that's 100x from here. I think it could do multiple hundreds of X's by the end of the year. Obviously, they have their partnership that they have to announce. Again, nobody knows for sure what that is. Evidence does point to NASDAQ, but you know, right now, I'd say it's evidence points very heavily. I would say like a 75% chance. That being said, we don't know what type of partnership it is, even if it is what we think it is. And then that Debie exchange, when does that actually come out? You know, they could announce a partnership, they could use a Debie exchange, but we don't know when all of these things happen. It could be several months from now. Debie price could go even can get cut in half again. You know, we have no idea. But that is something that I really like. I do want to get a little bit more, and maybe I'll get a little bit more in a couple weeks. Omi, another thing that I've been wanting to stack more recently. I've had a declaration of $1 billion that I wanted. Down about 5.5% today. Had gone down to 0.00026.1. Now it's 268, but still down about 5%. But we have 2 million in volume. The volume has been up for like 10 days now, and I'm not 100% sure why. Because normally when you get that type of volume, you normally get a little bit of a price pump, and we haven't yet. Conversation with a friend today, and he said, "Hey, do you think when Veveverse comes out, you know, we get a little bump?" I mean, we got a tiny bump from it's up like 20% when they announced that they have a full thing for Veveverse. But that's really it. It got wiped out like the next day because of the I think the Bybit hack or whatever it was. So those gains were erased, and then it dropped even further. This is no doubt an incredible accomplishment by VeVe. Like no other company. There are other companies. Obviously, there's Sandbox, there's Mana, there's Earth-2. There's a bunch of other metaverses out there, but none like this. Mana and Decentraland have like no IP. Earth-2, same thing. They partner with like Mapbox and like some coffee house. This is likely going to be one of the most fun. Now, obviously, Earth-2 has a whole freaking game that they're dropping, like a full drone video games being dropped and all that. So that might be a little bit more gameplay centered. This one is not yet. I mean, Metaverse. So Metaverse Life posted another video the other day, and it was like you saw Mario stuff in there, and according to the last email that VeVe had sent about the Veveverse, that you had to take stuff out that you didn't own. So I'm very curious on how Metaverse Life owns that. If you're supposed to take stuff out, now maybe that doesn't start until the 28th, but yeah, that's really interesting how they did. Now, obviously, you can import stuff like somebody made like the Simpsons house, right? Like that's not a collectible, you don't own that, but you could import a house to make it look like the Simpsons house without it being the Simpsons house. It's like the grandfather paradox in time travel. You go back in time and kill your grandfather. Well, you can't have your dad, who can't have you. Then you can't go back in time to kill them. Well, there's a grandfather paradox. You get around that because you go back in time and you find someone that is your grandfather in every way, except he's not. Like genetically, he is, but he's just not. It's your grandfather from another timeline. So that's why if you can go back and kill him, and you go back to the present day, and you'd be fine because again, a different timeline, different universe. In that same way, you have people bringing in like that house that looks like the Simpsons house. In every way, it looks like the Simpsons house, but it's not the Simpsons house because it's not licensed. So maybe, and I think I might have the screenshot of it. Shout out to Bill Gardner who got his first Banksy flower bomber, number 13. Is amazing. Let's see if I gotta put that in the trash. Okay. It was yesterday. I could just go to his X page, and that might be a better thing to do. Yeah, I'm gonna go do that. But okay, so here's the Simpsons house that I told you about. Like in every way, looks like it. Obviously not it, but just looks like that there. Let's go to Metaverse Life and take a look at his page because I know he posted about it. Yeah. I won't put any music on there. But look at that. You got the Mario, you got the Goombas, you got the oh god, I forget what those little things are called. The paratroopers? But the paratroopers are the one with the wings, the little turtle, the little Koopas. Little Koopas over on that side. Yeah, so like I don't know how he has that. Like I guess like Mario doesn't own like bricks, right? And he doesn't own they don't own question marks. But the Goomba and the Mario and the Patrick, sorry, it's a SpongeBob reference. Yeah, I don't know how that's possible, but anyway. Before I move on here, let's take a look at what I'm just going to ask y'all a question here. And if y'all could smash that like button, it's a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways of Patreon. Sorry, thanks. You know the drill. You know the idea. Oh shoot, get that down. Get that down. Okay. Let's get to some comments here real quick. Omi says, Randy, are you going to KYC for Pi? I already did. So half say it's a scam. It's not a scam. Half say it's legit. Apparently can sell on Mexi. I don't know where you can sell. It is yeah, by all means KYC because that's how people get their Pi is when the rest of the people in their network KYC. So what's up, Tammy? Yeah, good times. Anyway, am I Jess from Gilmore Girls season 4? Because happy birthday, by the way. And then he goes on saying that was a couple weeks ago, wasn't it? But obviously, Tammy's birthday is today. Happy birthday, Tammy. Happy birthday, Squidward. Sorry, that's a SpongeBob reference when SpongeBob and Patrick are saying, happy birthday. Your birthday is today. And then they go on this happy birthday, Squidward. And Squidward's like, it's not my birthday. Anyway, I thought Tammy was going out to dinner tonight. Oh, I guess it's pretty early out where she is. So that makes sense. She's still here. What the fudge was I going over? Today is Wednesday, so I have to go. Okay, Mondays. Shout out to VeVe for always being here. Email suspects, go to Social Security. Dynamic NFTs seem really fun. I'm really curious to see if VeVe can give us some dynamic NFTs, especially in some of the games that the community goes off and makes. Like if you go and say, hey, Brock Blockchain's great at this, at creating these games. And if he could do one inside of VeVe, and VeVe gives him like, hey, here's your dynamic NFT you have for creating a game. And if you create, the more games you create, the more ways that this NFT can evolve and change, et cetera, et cetera. That would be great. for Pokemon. Tomorrow is Pokemon Day. It is day one. On their Instagram, like a few hours ago, they went off and posted. So every day for like a week, they posted like new music. One was like Professor Oak's music. One was the theme for Pokemon Yellow. And today's theme was battle music. Battle music going insane over there. Because Pokemon Day's tomorrow. It's in a couple of hours, and I cannot wait. They have something going on at 9 a.m. They're going to give us some sneak peeks at some games. They're going to have some announcements. The Dragonite anime comes out tomorrow. It is Pokemon Presents is at 9 a.m. I have a meeting at 11, so I can't. I hope Pokemon Presents isn't too long because I have a meeting. Shout out to Chaos on the Chains. Chaos on the Chains is they've been in development for a few years, and they are. I'm hoping that when they launch, their beta will be launching in the next couple of months. Actual game likely sometime next year. But this is something where one of their characters in the DeCat comic, so they will be on VeVe in that sense. Their character is really cool. That character is going to be like probably a fan favorite. It's just the way I wrote him is really cool. Like you guys, originally, one of their characters was not in the comic, and then we talked, and I was like, yeah, I'll see what I can do, and thinking like, oh, how am I going to do this? And then I was like, oh, this is really good. Anyway, I don't want to give too much away, but shout out to them and shout out to Crappy Bird as well. But yeah, I have a meeting at 11 tomorrow. But tomorrow's Pokemon Day. I'm not expecting any type of VeVe announcement. I'm not expecting any type of, tie-in. Even them saying that they're going to go on the blockchain, although I do expect them to. I'd be advised that they do play a little coy. The Pokemon company, I think the president, like 2 years ago, had said, no, we're not going on the blockchain right now, while clearly they were like researching. So a lot of people had said, see, the president said, like, yeah, they're never going to go on the blockchain. Like, first off, that's not what he said. Second off, like, I know they're exploring options. Like, I know VeVe's reached out, and like, obviously, have they said yes to VeVe? No. Well, I guess we don't know. They could have very well have the license, and we just not know it. But yeah, I would say 65, not 69 yet, but 65% chance that they choose to go on VeVe. Probably even higher, but I want to be conservative. Anyway, Bill Gardner says, what up? How's it going, everybody? Meow, meow, meow. Abe says, first one, her. When Pokemon? I just want Snorlax. I don't know. Maybe something. Remember how I said that VeVe has two plans in the same way that Sauron sent out 2 armies to Gondor to destroy the world of men? One army they knew about. That's what they were preparing for. That's why, the Riders of Rohan came. That's why Gandalf was out there with Pippin. But another one that he had sent in secret. Another one, like a bunch of pirates in the waters. That's why Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli had to go to the Kingdom of the Dead and bring that army to help. But I think VeVe has 2 plans. One in which they know, again, the Veveverse, you have I should really go over to Cat and Definity before I get back. But anyway, I'll finish this thought. They have Veveverse, they have affiliate marketing, they have the, Stacker coming out, which we'll get to that later. But what are the stuff that we don't know? There's licenses, I'm sure, that we don't know. I'd love to get some type of video game character. Like, I know we have Assassin's Creed, and that's great. And we have the rabbits, that's great. We've had Nintendo we don't have Nintendo, but we have the rabbits that have been on Nintendo. But we have those are cool. But Sonic, I think, would be great. That's, again, another connect that you have through Nintendo, because Nintendo had Sonic for, Super Smash Brothers. Sonic in Mario Kart? I don't think so. He might be this next one, though. Bunch of Pokemon in Mario Kart, finally. Like, finally they get that done. When that comes out, y'all are not going to see me for 3 days. No idea. But yeah, Snorlax would be dope. Snorlax is in the first Super Smash Brothers. Now, obviously, you have Pikachu and Jigglypuff over in there. Why they chose Jigglypuff and not Clefairy, I have no idea, but they did. And in the Pokeballs, you can get Beedrill, you can get Magikarp. So outside of Saffron City, where Voltorb, Venusaur, I think Charizard, I don't know if Blastoise is in there. I think Porygon's on there. Charmander's there. But you can get in the Pokeballs, you can get Charizard, you can get Blastoise, you can get Mew, you can get Magikarp, you can get Beedrill, and then you can go and get Snorlax. Snorlax goes way up high and comes down. He's huge. He's great. Love Snorlax. He's one of Red's Pokemon. He's one of Ash's Pokemon. Just a beautiful, beautiful 1,000-pound monster, and I love him. He's great. J-Tor's evening, everyone. Good evening, J-Tor. How's it going? Was glad I didn't buy Debie at $1.80 when it was hyped up. Yeah, you would have lost a bit of money. However, down here, pretty good time to buy. Again, not financial advice, but in my opinion. Tammy says, hi, everyone. Well, hello, Tammy. Happy birthday, Hammy. Happy birthday, Harry. Happy Christmas, Ron. I messed up that quote, but you know what I mean. Ben Rose is one at a time. Veveverse on the 28th. Also another sneaky one coming up, too. Yeah, no, I get it. Let's say, let's go here. Give you that little smile. Shout out to Ben for being here. He's a good egg. We love him. A sneaky one. So obviously not talking about Stacker or affiliate marketing, because we know that one's coming. A sneaky one, meaning that we probably don't know. That's probably one of the things that they've kept quiet. And again, what they're keeping quiet, they'll likely keep quiet until that narrative hits and when stuff goes insane. I do think that if they have big licenses, that's probably what they're waiting for. Because it's like, yeah, like that's been David's like sole focus. Like I assume he's focusing on Omi in some way as well. But now that he's got a co-CEO to really kind of help steer and run the ship, and David's really focused on licensing, I don't know. It's like, okay, yeah, he's been focusing on that. Have there been any big announcements? I think a lot of what he's doing is going in and grabbing some of these and waiting. It's like having pocket rockets in poker. You go in and you don't you wait for other people to bet. You don't fucking, blow your load the first betting round, because then people are like, oh, all right, dude's got something, and then they fold. You got to slow play it. You got to wait for the right timing. Then you release everything all at once. Again, I'm wildly speculating here, but I have an idea of what they would be doing. But yeah, I'm curious what the sneaky one is. Sneaky, like snake. Snake can sneak. Oh, say that 5 times fast. Snake can sneak. Creepypastas. Reddit No Sleeps. They had one called The Sneak. Remember Snick? Saturday Night Snick. Nickelodeon. By the way, everyone comment F down below for Michelle Trachtenberg. I tried to find Harriet the Spy. Where the fudge is that? Like, it's not on Disney Plus. It's not on Paramount. It's not on Netflix. The fudge. All right. Anyway, sorry. I'll just buy it on YouTube. Yeah. Bad times, sad times. Everyone from Gossip Girl, Rosie O'Donnell, everyone that's ever seen her, Ice Princess, whatever it is. Hard times. Young, 39. Well, I mean, not 20, but gone too soon. Anyway, Ben, thank you for being here. Who's? Oh, okay, gotcha. Sorry, let's keep on going here. Bill Gardner, give me those dabs. Ginferno saying howdy. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. Before I get to the rest of the stuff and the rest of the news, we got to go over some Definity, which, by the way, we got some news from Definity today. Oh, it's wild. They're up 3%. Okay, yeah, up 3% on the day. The volume is $2,700. But they're up on the day. I'll take my small victories where I can get them. There's so much news to go. Guys, it's going to be another 2.5-hour stream. Michael F. from Financial Market Solutions saying, we are pleased to announce the successful completion of a key integration project enhancing our trading and settlement capabilities for select institutional clients. The incorporation of Utila's non-custodial wallet infrastructure within Definity Markets technology stack is now complete, enabling more efficient transactions across digital assets and deliverable FX for Ultra users and Definity alike. This strategic integration is expected to drive settlement efficiency and improve client satisfaction. Key benefits of the integration include enhanced efficiency in digital asset and Forex transactions, improved client experience for select institutional clients, and increased competitiveness in the market. Shout out to Definity for that. I did post something else. All over the President Trump. We have some more VeVe stuff, but I could have sworn Definity had posted something. Maybe they didn't. Maybe I'm tripping. Disregard. But I will say this though, they be crushing it on their deals. They be getting that bread as far as grossing revenue. Anyway, something else I want to go over for VeVe. I guess I got all right. DeCat. Let's take a look at what they're up to today. Oh god, hiccups. All right, DeCat down about 2.5% on the day, 2,000 in volume. Wild that they only have like 700 less in volume than Definity. That's doing insane numbers every month. That's wild. $557,000 market cap. I should get a little bit more soon. Obviously, all of this is just on Uniswap because there's no other places to get DeCat right now. So my goal for that is to just build the IP out. So DeCat Chibi has been the second episode is much better than the first. The first one I didn't really like the voice acting. The second one is really good. I have not written the third one yet. I'll try to write that this weekend, and then we'll try to get it out on like Sunday night, Monday morning. The first comic is, I've said this before, it's written. I've edited the first 25 pages, like, because you have to write it and then storyboard it. The first 25 comic pages of storyboarded are done. I'll finish that in the next couple of days, and then I'll get to writing the second comic. And then I cannot wait for the physical stuff to be signed and done, and then I'll have that announcement. That'll be big. I'm not really going to be focused on getting DeCat on any exchanges. Once a couple of these exchanges figure out how'd you do that, then they'll likely list us for free. I'm not saying Coinbase and Binance right away, but a couple of lower ones likely will. I've done this before with actually a Grumpy Cat and then 4chan. So I and obviously I helped a little bit with Definity as well, but obviously Definity has way more money. Anyway, that's that. Again, shout out to Chaos on the Chains for going in and being part of the comic. Obviously Crappy Bird as well, Sharby. Contract address down below for DeCat and Crappy Bird. Let's take a look at what was the other? Okay, more positive news for VeVe Comics today. Yesterday, let me go and find out yesterday's. Yesterday, all my trouble seems so. Sorry, man. Where the heck is? I have so many screenshots. I'm so sorry, guys. All right, yesterday. Am I tripping? Why can't I find any of these? Okay, yesterday Dark Horse had gone on and said, "Hey, you received this email because this address is associated with Dark Horse digital account. We're writing to let you know that we are ending the Dark Horse digital service effective 24 February 2025. Sales through the Dark Horse digital website and the Dark Horse Comics Plants vs. Zombies comic apps for iOS ended on that date. Users can continue to log on into the website and read the comics in their bookshelves. Effective 31 March 2025, the Dark Horse Comics and Plants vs. Zombies comic apps for iOS will no longer be supported. Users are encouraged to download books in their bookshelves by 30 March 2025. The ability to download your books to your device cannot be guaranteed after that date. For access to the website, users without DHD accounts should create one and sync it to the app by March 30th. Why is that good news for VeVe? Because another company that has tried to break into the digital space, I don't want to say that they failed, but they discovered that it is too cost effective or not cost effective enough to do it. Like, they are spending more money than they are making. It is fiscally not worth it. And then something else happened today, which again, I think good for VeVe Comics. What is this, Monday? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. So many of these. Today, it was announced by Marvel Insider, dear Chavez, Since launching Marvel Insider 2016, millions of fans have made Marvel theirs by earning and redeeming points for a variety of new unique rewards, from comics and games to more. We are deeply grateful for your membership since 2023. Now, we must bring this chapter to a close. The Marvel Insider program will sunset on March 3rd, 2025. After that date, you will no longer be able to earn points. Still be able to redeem rewards through 27 May 2025. I encourage you to redeem your points for rewards, including digital comics, digital wallpapers, sweepstakes, and more. One member's passion and fandom for Marvel means the world to us. Thank you for your amazing loyalty over the years, and we hope you will continue to be a true believer. I'd asked David a few years ago, hey, is it possible that we could get right now Marvel in their shows like Daredevil Born Again, She-Hulk, and something else, there are QR codes, and if you scan them, you get a free comic on Marvel's comic app. I was like, is there any way that we can get that on VeVe at some point? And he's just like, I'm not going to answer that. So I was like, okay. And then obviously a few months later, at this time last year, they had announced VeVe Comics, so I imagined it had something to do with that. It's like, okay, well, what is this Marvel Insider exactly? So if that description wasn't complete enough, it was launched in like 2016, and anyone that liked comic books you can read them on that Marvel Insider. You gain points, and through those points, you can have Marvel-related purchases and experiences once you redeem them. And again, pretty focused on comics there. And it seems that in the rest of in the world, at least the readers right now, the only way to read digitally seems like it's going to point to VeVe. And that's fine for people in the first world and in the North America and US that say like, hey, I like my physical comic books and I will die on that hill. That's fine. There are people in second and third world countries that will pay $4 or $5 for a comic, but they're not going to pay the $20 in shipping that it costs to get it to them. So what other choice do they have? They either pay $25 per comic, which in the second and third world is just not freaking happening, or you go and buy them digitally. Again, for the Marvel Unlimited or the Comixology, whatever you had to wait 90 days to read new titles. On VeVe Comics, you read them you get to read them before everyone else, because you get to read them at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Everyone else got to wait like an extra 7 hours for the local comic book store to open, but not for the people that really want to read. Fudge, man, that's and again, like I was talking to Greg Schultz, Biden's former campaign manager, who was on the podcast the other day, and he said that comics is a great way to like trick your kid into wanting to read, because they think they're having fun, it's cool, it's superheroes. And I can't speak for what VeVe's intentions are, but David is such a good guy that whenever another company like fails, he genuinely feels bad. And I do too, because you want to grow this, but my feel badness, I do feel bad, because like when you try to build a business and it's really freaking hard, you have to give time and effort, and your spouse will think that like, bro, like what am I doing here? You're just working 90 hours a week. It's a strain on everything, and you could do everything right and you could still not make it. I got really lucky with my businesses, and the third one I'm kind of building up now, but not everybody has that. So I do genuinely feel bad. And again, but a decent amount of that comes from, damn, that's not good for the space. Yeah, I do feel bad for them, but I feel bad like, oh, okay, that's not good for Web3. It's not good for digital collectibles because we have another failed business. But then I also think, as soon as Recur had failed, which again I knew was going to happen, go back to my old videos, rewatch them, and I had gotten David on, I think like the next day, and I was like, how do we get people from Web3, or how do we get people from Web2 to care about Web3 when Recur had raised $50 million and they had failed? Like, don't you think they'll be a little disheartened and crestfallen? And David's like, we're already talking to those licensors. Like, my man. Again, so the reason I bring all of this up is because with Dark Horse declaring their stuff is going down, like Marvel's already ours. But I think that David has both of those sides where he'll probably be reaching out to Dark Horse if he hasn't already. And on top of that, I genuinely think that this idea of bringing digital comics to the world is probably a large part of why he's doing it. Yeah, he'll make millions with it, tens if not hundreds of millions. But I think that the other part is, hey, here's how we can take these would-be comic readers that cannot read because not that they can't read, but they can't read the comics that they want because the people that print those comics do not ship to where they live. And here's the solution to that. This is the most disruptive thing in comic book history. And nobody, like, there's very few other people that are interpreting it that way. I'm sure Sleeping Comics feels the same way. I'm sure Comics and Crypto. I'm sure anyone that I've interviewed here, Carl Choi, Craig Comics, Craig Wyke from Beyond Comics. I'm sure anyone else that's on VeVe that has done these comics, they're probably like, oh shoot. So yeah. Anyway, let's keep on going. Bill Garner says, had to grab that bumper today. We'll probably DCA more over time. I probably will as well. Probably not too much, but yeah, that if that gets adopted, I don't know, 3000x. Vivi Zombie says, yo, what up, Zombie? Bill Garner says, hey, Zombie, I'm so sorry. I'm like 30 minutes behind already, and I've still gone over like none of the news. Oh, God, hiccups. Just in. Breaking news. U.S. government to release Jeffrey Epstein flight logs. Had a lot of names tomorrow. Let's go. Let's go. I love this game. Let's go. Oh, my God. I can't wait. Who's on the list? Who's on the flight logs? Ugh. Sorry. Okay. I got my conspiracy mind gets a little excited sometimes. Eric Miles, happy DeCat Day. Meow, meow, meow. Happy DeCat Day. Should DeCat Day be on Hump Day? I feel like DeCat Day should be on Catter Day, right? Saturday? Catter Day? Meow. Oh, yeah. Oh, who is this? Oh, okay. This guy is like, what the heck is this? Talking about the cat. I love the cat. Sorry, I get tagged and stuff every now and then. Yeah, we should probably have that Saturday. The cat day every day. BB Zombie says, yo, Bill Gardner. Meow, meow, meow. The cat in the house. Yo, what up, the Cat Studios? Meow, meow, meow. Love y'all. Class dismissed. Bill Gardner says, I will be buying Debie if it goes down more. Still don't have any. Oh my God. Yeah. All right. Bill, I'm not going to lie. I mean, too late now. You have the bumper, but yeah, Debie is. Give me $1 million right now. Most of it goes to Debie. Like probably 65%. 20% goes to Omi. Where we had 15% left. 10% goes to Definity, and then 5% to DeCat. And the goal is that when Debie does like a 20x from here, and it's like $14, then I go in and sell that. Most of that will go into Omi, probably 80%, 15% into Definity, 5% into DeCat. And then when Definity goes up, or obviously when Omi goes up, sell that into Definity and DeCat. And then when Definity goes up, I just own the entire supply of DeCat. I'll make people sell. Maybe the Debie under $2 is bank. Yeah, I if like Ben Affleck and Jeremy Renner's like, we're gonna go pull a bank job. I'm like, oh, I'm in. I wouldn't, but oh my God, I am willing to do close to anything. Obviously, I can't do anything illegal because I've come too far in life to throw that away now. But I will like Pink Panther. Well, let's talk. Shoot me a message after this. Shoot me a message right now. Zombie saying, should be getting my tax return in the next couple of days. Can't wait. Daddy about to eat. Oh, get that bread. I'm very jealous of people that get tax returns because I haven't gotten a tax return since the military. Business owner's life is hard. You gotta pay those taxes every year. Bro, tax return. What's that? Yeah, you know it. You know it to be true. All right, where am I here? Let's go over the rest of the stuff here. Josh Emmett says April 5th, Vegas, main event, Apex, Josh Emmett 2.0 unleashing, ready for anything. Get that bread, Josh, you thick boy. I love you. Dude, did you know that Diddy's lawyer like quit? Like P. Diddy's lawyer is just like, nah, I'm not gonna defend this guy. And this dude be defending like everyone. This dude is like notorious for defending like serial killers. And what did Diddy do that the lawyer is just like, I'm not defending this piece of poop? I'm very curious about that. Justice Moraes just moved his money out of the U.S. Brazilian Supreme Court Justice Alexandre de Moraes has allegedly pulled all his assets from the United States. Very, very suspicious. I will be starting a new show on Monday. I'm not 100% sure what it's going to be called yet, but it's going to be me and All Dolled Up from Sharby. And we're just going to be interviewing creators, meme token projects, and we're going to determine if they're good or if they're losers. So that's going to be every Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Cannot wait for that. Zombies laughing. Sanjay, Mr. MC1, going off and posting over on LinkedIn saying, this was fun and an honor. Last year was asked to be in the first 30 beta users for a Metaverse. Veveverse from VeVe with the Walt Disney Company, Marvel Entertainment, and Premium Art launches on 28 February 2025. Now I'm able to share pictures of my pad ahead of the public launch. Some info. My avatar is from Ready Player Me. Clothing is Gucci, Vogue Singapore. Space design is Avengers Tower. Oh, this is Avengers Tower? The fudge? Oh, yo, that's Avengers Tower. My man. Okay, where was I? Statues. Disney Golden Moments, limited edition premium collectibles from Walt Disney World, Marvel Entertainment, and others. Other art. VeVe gold and silver logo. Let's get that bread. Wow. Fantastic to see the gold shine and sparkle. Premium Web3. The Metaverse pad and art in it may be more expensive than some real homes around the world. Fair point. Great work, VeVe, David Yu, Dan Crothers, Ben Rose. He only tagged David Yu. Interesting. And team, wish you a successful launch. He probably just doesn't want to be, poking people for no reason. I want to show you this piece of cheese for no other reason than the fact that it's cheese and it's good and we should eat more of it. Emoji says, shout out to DC BK2LA for being the winner of the Oasis giveaway sponsored by VeVe Official. Share what you got once it drops to you. Reach out to my collectibles to claim your prize. Tune in every Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I guess that's happening every Monday. Awesome. He tags VeVe Magic, Omi Homie Janie, and Omi Homie Max as well. At the Oasis. That's actually a Gilmore Girls reference. I hate that episode. Remember when, who even said this? Elon can't seem to get full self-driving approved in China, and then it happened like a week later. So stupid. Yeah, Bitcoin got wrecked. Tales from the Future says, so today the Veveverse NDA has been lifted. Again, this is like a day and a half ago. Saying below is a thread of creations I've made since I joined in August of 23. Dr. Prophet says you're hired. Cool. Energy says everything starts with an idea. Hashtag Veveverse launch seems to be the hashtag that they're trying to get running, which is great. Where was I here? Yeah. Guys, Definity is so stupid undervalued in my opinion. President Trump's son, Eric Trump, says, buy the dip. And he had said that yesterday morning before his dad put 25% tariffs on all of Europe and it dipped even more. I feel like Eric Trump is becoming like do the opposite of what he says, because he said buy ETH the other day at like 2,800. And then he said, hey guys, buy the, this is like the third time he said that, buy the dip, and then it dips. Like, okay, I'm just, yeah. Not a good track record so far. Debie Exchange says, what's the #1 fear of every crypto trader? It's lost funds. But at Debie Exchange, we eliminate that risk from the start with our patented fraud and theft protections. Trade with confidence. No more lost funds. On this Friday, this past Friday, 55,000 Bitcoin are set to expire on Deribit with a notional value of $4.9 billion. Max pain price is 98,000, and put call ratio at 0.79. Ethereum max pain price is 3,000 on 1.24 billion notional value, put call ratio 0.57. Bybit registers with Indian authorities, resuming full services. Interesting. All right, cool. David B reposted everybody over on X for all of their beautiful creations over on the hashtag Veveverse launch. Because they're the best qualified to lead. Oh, I had to go back to that. I had a screenshot. Sorry. All right, be right there. VeVe Magic is likely gonna. Somebody get it to her. I have never seen Lilo and Stitch. It was. I don't know when this came out, but I was like too cool to go and see it. And I remember. What year was it? Yeah, it was so 2002, and I remember the girl we started dating not too long after this, and she was more into like 80s movies, which is fine because like Breakfast Club, cool, 16 Candles, cool, Rocky, yes, let's go. She loved 80s movies, so she wasn't really a Disney gal, but yeah, this was around the time where I was like, no, that's for babies, that's gross, I don't want to, and then I never dated someone that like wanted to watch it, so I just never saw it. Yeah. Anyway, I forget why I brought that up, but let's move on here. Still some work to do. Lomint Mick says marketing effort by VeVe's partner will help new users onboarding. Obviously, understanding contractual limitations, Disney not comfortable pushing. A guessing narrative change and regulatory clarity in regards to collectibles is needed first. Agreed. But remember when Disney did do that? Remember when they did go and post about us? Those were good times. Anyway, Charlie NFT 123 has an 88 mint set of Gary Baseman's Blue Aru and the Bloody Aru, the green, red, and orange grenades, and the some of the rabbits that I was talking about before. All mint 88s. Dude's a beast. I love him. Sawyer Merritt says news: Tesla will acquire parts of the insolvent German high-tech parts maker Manz AG, including more than 300 employees at its site in Reutlingen. I hate German names. Reutlingen City in the southwest, the German company said on Tuesday. Wolf Crypto says that the dollar has lost 98% of its value since 1971. Your grandparents could buy a house for $20,000. Now that barely covers a down payment. Where the heck does $20,000 cover a down payment? Bitcoin is the only asset programmed for scarcity. I mean, more are, but I get what he's saying here. Gotta love that. O'Milly says circa 21, the streets will never forget. 2025, return of the collab post. Maybe not at the highest level, but the subsidiaries could show their fans that it's safe. A boy can dream. He ats Ben Rose and he ats VeVe. Yeah, those were the days when Disney was like, yeah, buy this stuff on VeVe. And again, I'm certain that there are multiple reasons why they haven't done that since. Obviously, we could speculate all we want, but David, Dan, and Ben be having this knowledge that we don't. They know stuff that is not public, and I assume some of that is part of the reasons why they do the things that they do. Speaking of which, now obviously, none of this new crypto regulation is officially law yet. They still have to abide by the old laws, which means they have to abide by the ruling that the SEC had against Dapper Labs in that they were a closed ecosystem. They had to pay like a $6 million fine. And that's why VeVe's just like, hey, we have our OMI utility on the VeVe app, but let's build out Stacker. Now that it seems like SEC is not suing anyone anymore, and they probably won't need to have these things, like, even though, yeah, Dapper had to pay $6 million because they had an enclosed ecosystem. I've said it before that one of my least favorite things about VeVe is that you're limited to what you can do on VeVe. Meaning that if you want to buy collectibles in crypto, you have to make a stacker wallet. And that is annoying. That is a barrier to entry. And not everyone's going to want to do that. Like, you'll have grandma going in and being like, why can't I do this on here? And fair point, grandma. Might have gotten run over by a reindeer, but you know what? That is a fair point. Now you have to go and make a stacker wallet, and it's like, it's a pass key. What is it like? And it's just, I get it. You can log in with your VeVe credentials, and that's fine. But okay, maybe. And there are some people that'll be super comfortable with it. Most people will be like, this is freaking annoying, but I'll do it because, you know, you can go on there and trade pretty much anything. USDC, Omi, like, sell whatever you have to ETH, to USDC, and then move it on there, and then you can swap for Omi. Brilliant. But for the new comics, okay, well, you can't get it on the app. They drop on the VeVe Comics website. Okay, well, let me go and go on the new VeVe Comics website. I'll get that. I'll purchase it, and the website works fine. Remember back in the day, you used to be able to read stuff on the VeVe app, and now you can't. Now it has to be done through the comics reader. So you have a VeVe Comics website, you have a Stacker website, you have a VeVe Comics reader app, the VeVe app. There's 4 things, and then you have the Veveverse, and it's just a lot. It's like, bro, it's like back in the day before there was an iPod. Okay, you had your CD player, you had like your Game Boy, you had like, you had so many different that you had maybe like a Polaroid, not a Polaroid, like a Kodak camera. You like all these different things that are now just on your phone. Yeah, so one of the things that I think they could do, I don't know if they would, but if it does become law, not just conjecture, not just David Sachs going on and saying, yeah, it's fine, you know, if it actually does become a ruling and we have regulatory clarity of it, you don't need to have third-party utility, maybe getting rid of Stacker is just like, okay, hey, it's still there if people want it. But again, it's just so much for new people. That's one of the things that does get confusing for some peeps. And again, somehow incorporating the comic reader app into the VeVe app. I don't know how they would do that. Maybe it hyperlinks, but just having to go in and re-sign in is just, again, a little annoying. Anywho, let's move on here. Lowmint Mick had retweeted Disney from November of 21, where Disney had posted, in celebration of Disney Plus Day, get ready for a week of golden moments featuring some of your favorite Disney, Pixar, Star Wars, Marvel, and The Simpsons characters immortalized as NFT artwork. Yeah, that was really dope that they did that. What else we got here? Hecky.base.eth says, everyone who is bullish on building on Base, interact with this tweet. And I said, I love what Omi is doing. And he replied, based. Gotta love that. I really do love that Omi has moved to Base. That made it so much better. Good move on them for that. And Hecky has 100,000 followers. So anytime he goes and posts about something on Base, gotta go in and support Omi. Everyone should follow this dude. I have no, oh, he does follow me. Okay, never mind. I don't think I've ever really had a conversation with him, but anyone that's big on Base probably should follow, and then go in and whenever they post something, be like, I really love Base. Whatever that they post, go on and comment, be like, hey, I love Base too. It's got Omi, and Omi can do, you know, all of this stuff. And then people be like, oh, what is this? What? This can happen on Base. Like, Omi should be the biggest token on Base because it is attached to projects that are doing the most. I mean, no other token on Base, no other token anywhere has these partnerships with Disney, Marvel, etc. But being able to have that on Base on this newer blockchain, Omi should be the biggest. Everyone should be rallying around it. And I think if we can all work for our bags a little bit, we might be able to. Just in Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index, 25% extreme fear. Zombie says the thing poor people do. They're talking about tax returns. We give all our money to the government and hold our hand out, hoping they give it back. The cat says, "Woohoo, Randy! The cat in the house. Let's get that bread. I love this game." Tammy's laughing. Visit thecatlinktree.com and go in and interact with the AI that we have on there. I'm not going to talk about that or that. Senator Sheldon Whitehouse, who is a Democrat from Rhode Island, backed legislation that funneled millions to his wife's environmental nonprofit, Ocean Conservancy. She's been paid $2.5 million, while the group raked in $14.2 million in federal grants funded by bills White House voted for. Heckin' wild. 69% of Americans think that the U.S. should cut foreign aid. Everyone comment nice down below for the 69. VeVe has posted the first Veveverse Community Creators Contest begins now. Share your best Veveverse creation below for a chance to win a VeVe digital collectible. The entry with the most likes will win. The post with the second and third most likes will be runner-up prizes. Community contest will be open until 28 February at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. Winners will be contacted on March 2nd. Foster Hill going in saying the depth of creativity from the community is both mind-blowing and inspiring. Entire cities will be made inside of the Veveverse. Unlimited possibilities. It begs the question, are you paying attention yet? I don't know. Are you? Let's see. Where was I? Pilgar says, happy birthday, Tammy. Meow, meow, meow. VeVe Zombie says, everyone smash that like button. Smash it. VeVe Digital Collectibles says, thank you for all your votes. Oh, did I just read that? No. Thank you for all your votes for our official VeVe in-app feed creation contest. Please celebrate every single creation featured here and on our feed. Keep creating, VeVe fam. This week, we have 2 first-place winners with a tie for the most votes, Alex TT and I Popper. Randomly drawing for voting winner 1 is Claritza Latina. Randomly drawn voting winner number 2 is Ricky Art 141. Get ready for our next contest posting soon by sharing your best content creations in the VeVe app feed. Captain Ara says there aren't enough collectibles yet to make Springfield come to life, but the Simpsons house is a good start, I'd say. After building a few realistic-looking buildings, it was quite a challenge to dial it down for the simplistic, cartoony look. Prophet says you will be able to buy real trees and bushes if you burn Omi. What? Give me a sec here. Prophet saying you will be able to buy real trees and bushes if you burn Omi. I think this is something that just he wants. I don't think this is confirmed. I think he might have jumped the gun there a little bit. I don't see why not. That VeVe would be stupid if they didn't offer that at some point. Fatty D says hello, meow meow meow. Ben Rose says 1 point at a time. Veveverse on the 28th. Another sneaky one. What is the sneaky one? What is he talking about? Very confuzzled here. DB Crypto saying the cat in the house. I'll give him a meow. Love Lex Friedman. VeVe going in and posting all of these videos, how to build a space, getting ready for the Veveverse. Mr. Falcon says you can build the house of your dreams in the Veveverse. I did. That is a very gothic look. But Dr. Prophet says, I want to have a shower there. In the is that the Elsa statue? I don't know whose statue that is, but that is a creepy. And then there's an owl in the tree. Are there owls in this freaking thing? Well, that is straight up. Are animals in the Veveverse? Because that is straight up an owl. Like, y'all see that, right? Like, okay, I guess there are animals in the Veveverse. All right, that's something I did not know. I don't know if he was supposed to release that. Maybe it's not an owl. Maybe it's something else. Anyway, my body. Metaverse Live saying, in August of 2023, I stepped inside VeVe Official's Veveverse for the first time. Started building my first space, and after a few hours, I only experienced the tip of the iceberg of what's possible. These are the first images from them, and that's where he posted the Mario stuff. Dr. Prophet says, let's watch a movie inside. Yeah. Still yesterday. Okay. After the Veveverse will be huge. Think of all the free content that users will put on their socials that will market VeVe to the masses. Streams, art, games, flexes. Veveverse is a big heckin' deal. Agreed, sir. DB Crypto says, yo, 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 Decat here. What up? What up, everybody? Gotta love the Decats. Wait, yeah, Michelle Trachtenberg unfortunately passed away. Dude, she's like 39. Scary, bro. Scary. Pink Panthers, why is VeVe sponsoring X Spaces? I've tuned in 100 times. They never even mention VeVe or Omi, only play their horrible music. Bunch of potheads. I don't know if we know they're smoking. Pot is legal, I think, in most of the world. Definitely legal in the US, so they can do relatively whatever they want. I mean, if Alex, that was like the communications manager of VeVe, can get drunk on Spaces every Friday night and do like these guys can clearly, if they want to, smoke a little bit, because again, it's legal most places. I imagine that I don't know what type of agreement that they have. I imagine it's, hey, talk about VeVe, call it VeVe Spaces, and then again, so there are two different spaces that you can have. What I think they're doing is community building, because you're right, the spaces back in the day were different. There was alpha, there was an honest exchange of ideas, there was it was awesome. But if you weren't, kind of like investing, if you just wanted to have fun, those spaces back in the day probably would have been a little boring. Like, oh yeah, they're talking about money and they're talking about, their odds and their formulas and what VeVe could do, acquisitions. Like, bro, just let's talk about Disney and have fun. Like, people like, so for someone like me that super enjoyed those spaces years back, I do enjoy these type of spaces. Unfortunately, like, that's why I don't really go to them, though, is because time does not allow for me to have a lot of fun. When I'm always in meetings, when I'm always doing stuff, when I'm doing whatever, it's hard. But I will say that a lot of people live for these spaces. They look forward to them. It's like the best part of their day, because they get to go in and they get to hang out with everybody that they've met in real life, that they see all the time. Like that's the millennial generation. What we did was maybe younger millennials. When I first joined the military, it was, where are we partying tonight? Whose house are we partying at tonight? And we would go knock on their door, and with full cases of beer, I'd be like, let's go. And they'd be like, what? And that's what we would do. Towards the end of my enlistment, especially when I came back from deployment, there's none of that anymore. The new kids had come in and they'd sit in their rooms alone, listening to Adele and playing video games. What the fudge happened? It's just different. So when millennials, again, at least the young, some in my generation, the elder millennials, but the younger millennials too, they like to have their internet friends. And I love my internet. I talk to people on the internet more than I do in real life. I don't really see a lot of people in real life. It's all on a screen. But I distinctly remember having Sergeant Miller. He might have been Airman Miller at the time. I got to get him on the podcast. He's such a funny dude. I love him. He'd be like, yo, Chavez, those people on Facebook aren't really your friends. I was like, yeah, they are. Like, we talk all the time. It's like, you haven't met half of them, though. I was like, no, you're right. I know some of them from school. He's like, okay, well, those are your friends, Chavi. I was like, but some of these people I talk to all the time. It's like, can you have a beer with them? Like, yeah, we can Skype and have a beer. It's like, no, Chavez, you can't see them in real life. You can't poke them. You can't touch them. They're not your friends. And we had, like, honest, like, debates about that. So yeah, it's kind of the generation where that's what you do for fun. Like there are, again, it's Tammy's birthday today. I assume she's going out because, you know, it's your birthday. You got to live it up. You got to have some fun. But a lot of other people's like 30-ish, 30, maybe 35 and under, a lot of them are very introverted. A lot of them are people that like to, that they would rather sit at home and listen to a space because that's their, you know, they don't have to get all dolled up. They don't have to go out. They don't have to interact with people. They could just sit there and they could just listen too. And they could just be part of it. They could be part of the circle while not having to go in and interact with people. So I feel like some people kind of miss that. And again, I love to do that, but it's just like, if I do that, if I go on these spaces, it's like, oh man, I could be writing, I could be editing, I could be doing a video, I could be doing X, Y, and Z. I'm so freaking hungry. Dude, when I got home, I had like 2 big sandwiches. Then my boy came home with like donuts. I was like, oh, give me this donut. I got a pepperoni pinwheel waiting for me up there. Oh, I can't. I'm so fat. But sorry. Feel like I'm spending a lot of time on this comment. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what type of contract that they have, but it's community building. You need these types of spaces. Again, I wish there would be more spaces where it's that free flow exchange of ideas and, you know, how to make money and you know, this X, Y, and Z. But again, these are what we have right now. A lot of people are rallying behind them, and there's a reason why VeVe sponsors these spaces, because they help build the community. Zeta says, what would be the best way to buy a build from another person? Oh, in the Veveverse? Probably. You'd probably set something up and then sell that thing. I'm sure you could do that. I think that'd be fun. Octoro says, could you connect VeVe and Debie, Definity, Bump, etc., so we can get maybe collectibles on the VeVe app? Might be able to do that for Debie. Definity doesn't have that big of an audience. They don't have that big of an audience. Bump definitely does not have that big of an audience. Debie, you could do it though. You could get, if Debie came out with a drop, it would sell out. Definity, they'd make money, but it's just still so much of a small community token. Oh, with utility, would love a Definity or Debie logo. Just an idea. Yeah, no, I know what you meant. Love a Definity or Debie. Yeah. Again, Debie could do it, no problem. They'd sell something out, and everyone would be happy. Win-win-win. Then it'd be hard. Right now, it would be. In the future, no. Oh god, my body. Wes says people still read comics and do. Can't tell if serious or not, but I'll answer anyway. Yeah, I still read them pretty much every week. Do I think the comics nowadays are as good as they were 10, 12 years ago, 15 years ago? No. But there are some that are. Like, again, the Doctor Doom and Rocket Raccoon #1. I really enjoyed that. I recommend reading that comic because I like those characters. If you don't like Doom or Rocket, you probably won't like that comic. But I like those characters. I love those characters, so I like that comic. There's another Doom one that I won't read it to you, but I'll tell you which one it is. It's One World Under Doom #1. That started off like, all right, I see what they're doing here, and then I was like, oh, yeah, that One World Under Doom started off like okay, and then it got like really good. And then obviously, like I've said multiple times before, Aliens vs. Avengers #1, 10 out of 10. The second one, it's good, worth the read. The third one is like, oh, my man. Yeah, Jonathan Hickman is just a god, and I love him. So yeah, I still like even the stuff like Thundercats, like #1, like I still bought it, I still read it, and yeah, I'm glad I read it. You know, it's, Powerpuff Girls. Yeah, I was disappointed. I bought it, I read it because I love Powerpuff Girls, but it wasn't as actiony as I thought it would be. It wasn't as like, they could take some liberties with this, and just didn't do it. But yeah, they're like, so like again, the Doom ones are great. The two that I've read anyway on recently. Um, the Hawkeye one's first appearance of Pizza Dog. I have not read that. I do want to. Alligator Loki, had to get that. Still don't. I still haven't read it. I've tried Captain Harlock, and I haven't been able to get into that. Vampirella, I want to read. I haven't gotten the chance yet. Sanity, same thing. I couldn't really get into it. Dude, Evermind is both these are so good. These are so good. Yeah, and the Area 54 that's more of a me comic. That's more of a trippy comic. It's like, who wrote this? Are they okay? And again, we love Ron English. Yeah. Anywho, move on. Eric Moss says, yes, we do read comics. Everyone will read a DeCat comic. Gotta love that. Bill Garner says, wait, they released Fight Log? Apparently, Flight Logs will be getting released tomorrow. Let's go. Love this game. Out of Vampires, Bill Gardner just saw Bondi set on Jesse Walters. Heck yeah. Let's get this bread. I love this game. I love this game. Oh, shout out to all my DeCat people. The cat people going in and reposting my stuff. This could be us, but you won't let me toss popcorn in your mouth. My goodness. I love. Okay, I posted a photo the other day of me wanting to get a tattoo. Obviously, I have like 12 already, but I want more. And I had tagged people in it saying, maybe I'll get tattoos on my favorite crypto project. Comment down below what should go on my arm. And the majority, or you have Foster Hill representing the Omi over there. Love that. But the majority, DeCat, 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 DeCat. So I guess I'm going to get DeCat tattoo, which I'm porn. Just wanted to throw that out there. And the SEC has dropped the Uniswap investigation. Amazing. Oh, my friend. Oh, wow. That type of photo. Yeah, shout out to the administration that's just getting the SEC to drop all these. When We Were Young tour has announced Avril Lavigne again, and then Avril Lavigne, I would like to go see. I will not be in New York on the 30th of May. I might be in Charleston, South Carolina on June 18th. If anyone's going to be there and want to go see her with me, you can. So I might do that. What was this? Stacker World getting in and sponsoring Leo O'Millity's weekly calendar, sponsored by Leo Coin STX with State of the Union, powered by Stackered World, community over everything. There's a fiche giveaway, like and retweet, tagging it, but this is an old tweet. But yeah, so shout out to him for getting those. Who's this? Mr. MC1 posting about the Veveverse, and Mr. Ben Rose saying, one of my favorite things about the Veveverse is how it unleashes the amazing quality built into so many of the collectibles, our awesome production and creative team. Well, nice that he's given them flowers. The textures, the detail, the artistry, Patrick. Again, SpongeBob reference. He didn't say that. I said that. And Vampire, amazing. Battle Empire about to go down. Is going down, down. And Miles is looking forward to your continued Sharpie collab. Last stream was a good listen. I think it'll be better this time too. Yeah. Hold on. Ben, I don't know why. Like, I won't even bother. Mike says, when Audi R8 on VeVe Dude, I would love that. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. That would be cool though. I remember this one girl that I dated had one, and I don't know how I got her, man. That was good times. Good time. It was many moons ago. I was a different Chavi. GameStop CEO receives letter urging the company to buy $5 billion worth of Bitcoin as a reserve asset. Let's go. That would be dope. Who'd they receive that letter from? I mean, probably Michael Saylor, but still. Debie Exchange has posted high speed, low cost, infinite TPS, regulatory compliance. Pick your favorite. We'll wait. Man, we're still on yesterday's stuff, aren't we? SEC acknowledges Grayscale filing to allow staking for its spot Ethereum ETF. Love that. Shout out to Comics and Crypto for posting that breaking Dumbledore has been cast. Legendary actor John Lithgow has officially confirmed his casting on Professor Albus Dumbledore in HBO's upcoming Harry Potter series. In an interview at Screen Rant, Lithgow expressed his excitement, stating, "Some wonderful people are turning their attention back to Harry Potter. This is going to define the last chapter of my life." Probably will. Production is slated to begin in summer 2025 at Warner Bros. Studios in Leveston in the UK. Just in, President Trump to create gold cards program allowing foreigners to pay $5 million to enter the US and create jobs. Let's get this bread. Yeah, whatever gets them to do it, right? I think it was the other day. Yeah. Despite the market going in the pooper and me losing hundreds of thousands of dollars, Trump has gone on and gotten a bid from Nippon Steel for $14 billion, $20 billion from Hosseini Sajwani, $500 billion over 4 years from Apple, $500 billion over 4 years from Stargate, and $600 billion from Saudi Arabia. Lots of money going into being invested into the USA. VeVe Ben, thanks for being a member, says, "I want my Omi logo hat with mint number for my avatar." That'd be dope. That would be dope. I would love that. And a Vampires as Falcon Psycho House was almost exactly like the movie, with the mom in the window. Really well. Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, that was done. No wonder Dr. Prophet said that he wanted to take a shower there because of the scene. Yeah. Okay. I see that. VeVe Digital Collectibles says, "Builders assemble!" Hashtag Veveverse launch. Da 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 da. HNW Crypto says, "Wait years for the Veveverse. It's finally time." Marcia Stanek says, "You can laugh, cry, be happy, do whatever you want, but this token will sooner or later generously reward people who believed in the foundations of the team." Josu Roy, I have to go and put this up here for people that, anyway, he goes off and says, "How much are you paid per VeVe to give a video like that? You seem to have lots more cash than 2 years ago. On my side, my VeVe wallet is only going down." I had to go in and say, I have never been paid by VeVe. I do not get paid by VeVe. Everything that I do for them is because I genuinely believe in the company. I believe in the people, the product, the community, everything. So no, I'm not one of those people that kind of take money and then just don't tell people about, "Oh yeah, I really like this company because just because I'm getting a paycheck." I'm not. I genuinely love this company. Anywho, what has me so bullish? Who posted this? Somebody posted, "This is what has me so bullish. Best IP in the world with the first on first. Wait until this gets solidified through regulation." And it was CryptoZar David Sachs saying NFTs and meme coins are collectibles. This was a while ago, but this person posted about it yesterday. So I was like, oh, cool. Okay, so finally, to get to the thumbnail, an hour, 20 minutes later, Big Shot or Big Shot Toy Works saying VeVe Official is built different because they never stop building and tweaking their product, no matter the market. I absolutely love what David Yu has been doing, and I look forward to seeing what's next. Big Shot talking about them. The Veveverse stuff, though. Big Shot says, it would be pretty sweet to have Beans, Books, and Beats as a neighborhood hotspot for all the communities. And Ben Rose going on and saying you can build it from the 28th. Meow, meow, meow. Oh, she's sweet but a psycho, a little bit psycho. At night she's screaming, mama, mama. Sorry, spaces are fun. Your show is just as fun as spaces, maybe even more. Meow, meow, meow. Yeah, it is only me up here. So I kind of have to, be entertaining for lots of people. But yeah, spaces, you have some dynamic personalities in there. Derek Latte says, reminder, you have the number 141 gold and silver logo. I do. If anyone wants to buy that, y'all can let me know because I'm trying to get more Omi and Debvie. So yeah, I have the entire set of the gold logo, the blue logo, the green logo, the orange logo, the red logo, and the version 2 logo, number 41. Every single one of them. I would sell that and Dashi right now so I can go on and get some more Omi and Debvie because I need it. Bravo says we are currently experiencing one of the biggest bear traps of all time. Let's see if we can put this in here. Oh yes, much better. Much better. You remember that skit from the Amanda Show where they'd be like, "Oh, you didn't order Rocky, you ordered Racky. This movie better, much better." I don't know why. It was such a horrible skit. That was such a horrible show, but I loved it. Anyway, right here is where we are, where we see our first sentiment extreme. We had accumulation phase, trend emergence, momentum was building, first sentiment extreme, and then bam, bear trap. And then we'll get some renewed optimism, we'll get some FOMO, then we'll get some euphoria, and then we'll get shoot across, then a lower high, then a breakdown, then fear and capitulation again and again and again to no avail. Is Rain's house going to be big? I feel like Rain is like Texas, where everything is bigger in Texas. Everything that Rain does is big. This meme. Considering how Devio was a bit sustainability / climate friendly / DEI friendly, and now the climate globally is going in the other direction, is there any change in direction with Devio adapting to new US leadership, amongst other things? Oh, do I even have that answer? Oh, yes, I do. Tom from Debie says, hey, the environmental aspects of what we're doing are part of the core philosophies Ray and I have. I've always seen them as one piece of a bigger puzzle, overall improving humanity, giving people the resource that they need to fulfill their potential, removing middlemen so that people can control their own value creation, and giving humanity the tools they need to live within our collective means on the planet. Outside of the politicization of ECG, there is a lot of money dedicated to the environment, and that will continue. That said, those are long-term goals, and we have focused recently on our exchange technology. That is a great business to grow right now. We have significant competitive advantages, and timing couldn't be better given the global tokenization movement. I feel we can be a leader in a massive upcoming category. Agreed. This is from yesterday. Damn, this is still from yesterday. Well, every single day, DACAT token just wins. They win the most popular token on Memezilla coin every single day. Well, it says, give people a realistic price for the 41 logos. Nobody's paying 100K for that. Sorry, I don't have it listed for 100,000. I have it listed for like 170 million Omi. So let's see what that is. That's $45,000. Like, I don't know where you're getting the 100K from, but I literally have the number 41 gold logo listed at about $45,000. So, like, I'll show you. Like, I'm not lying. I don't lie. Let's go to my listings. VeVe gold logo, number 41, priced at 170 million. Times 00027, 45. I would net like less than 4. I would net like 40K. So again, Not really sure where you're getting that 100K there for, but just want to show you that you are incorrect, sir. Watcher Guru says, Justin, President Trump says he's considering giving 20% of Elon Musk's Doge savings to Americans and 20% to paying down the debt. Na 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 na. President Trump seeks to abolish the IRS. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick says, "Preach, my man, get that bread." That would make things so super simple. Give a big boon to the economy. God, Trump, if there's anything you could do, like heck the IRS, heck them up, heck them real good, heck them real good. Oh, also, Carlos CJ Cervantes Jr. says, Avengers Assemble, big announcement on our next huge release. The Marvel Multiverse role-playing game announces Avengers expansion, and David Yu had liked that. This was over on LinkedIn. Now, I think David Yu liked it because he likes that type of stuff. I don't think he liked it because he's teasing something. People get a little cray with that. But Ryan Chia said, David Yu liked a Marvel post about a multiverse role-playing game. Could this be related to Veveverse in some way? Probably not. Is it a greater than 0% chance? Sure, but probably not. Ooh. No, I'm sorry. Fudge. Do I have to go over this? There's no way. There's no way I can go over this. Okay, I'm gonna have to go over this tomorrow because there's no way. Yeah, logos, all of them, it's less than 60K. Likely less than 55. 55. Yeah, like 55K for all of them. Mr. MC1 going off and saying, founders that go hard and fight. Waking up and staying committed day after day, even when the going gets tough, is the hallmark of great founders. With Veveverse, VeVe Comics, VeVe Platform Upgrade, new IPs that cost a lot of money, David Yu, Daniel Crothers, and team have shown that they are deeply committed to their dream. And also, they fight, work tirelessly, and persistently through ups and downs of NFTs, tech, legal/regulations, and so many other things. I saw that in these guys early, and a big believer in both of them, Mr. Ben Rose and their team. I'm confident that they are deeply committed to Omi, at VeVe, at VeVe Comics, at Stacker World, at Omi, at Cavernous, at Marvel, etc., etc. Think Omi will be implemented into the Veveverse on the 28th? No. I think that the Veveverse this is version 1, and it's going to likely have dozens of updates over the next several years. And I think that Omi will be included in one of those updates, hopefully before the end of the year. But I think that they just want people to be, I think that they just want people to be comfortable and familiar with the mechanics of the Veveverse first. And then they go in and put Omi in. J-Dog says, I now come to you at the turn of the tide. And again, I'm still on yesterday's news. This is nuts. It's also nuts. Abe says, keep calling Omi a burn. Dude, Abe, I don't know if he's still here. I don't think he is. He went on yesterday and said, keep calling Omi a burning house. I run into burning house. That dude is so badass. I freaking love that dude. That's just so savage. The U.S. spent $2.7 trillion in Medicare and Medicaid funds overseas to ineligible recipients. That is 8% of our national debt. The Veveverse will pump the Omi price? No. The announcement of it raised it 20%. We have erased all of those gains and then some. I honestly believe we will have to wait for the narrative. Having the Veveverse doesn't hurt. Rolling out Stacker won't hurt. And doing affiliate marketing won't hurt. The affiliate marketing, it is possible for that to kind of trigger an early, like, hey, like they could do it themselves. Like VeVe's waiting. They've been waiting for years, and now they're putting on the Thanos glove and saying, fine. I'll do it myself. And they're not waiting anymore. Like if depending on what the affiliate marketing program is, I can tell you I literally have zero idea. I have no idea what it's going to be like. I don't know. Ben seemed very confident that they can release it end of Q1. I would not be surprised if they moved it to Q2. And again, I'm not saying that as like a dig at Ben or anything, but it's just that, yeah, I feel like, and maybe they're just keeping it close. I don't know how they're going to do it. I originally had thought that they would say like, hey, we're gonna give a chance to the VeVe peeps to try to have them beta test what we want to do, and then we'll bring in the big like. I don't believe this is ready in 4 weeks. Maybe a version of it might be, but again, when I say I have zero idea of what they're doing, guys, I have zero idea. And obviously I know they're working. Like I clearly the people that have been hired are working on this affiliate program, but I don't know what it is. Like they're keeping it very secret. So maybe it's so fantastical that they have to keep it secret. And again, as they roll it out, if they do it, I don't want to say correctly, if they go hard on it, then yes, that could essentially kick off the NFT bull run. People were speculating that Blackpink could bring it back. Obviously, a year later, not true, but the fact that people were talking about it, like, guys, this could be it, and then again, like, obviously it didn't happen, but like that, at some point, it's going to get here. I know we're all waiting for it. Me most of all, but we'll see. Carl says, "Let's go, the cat in the house. Let's get this bread. I love this game." VV Ben says, "For the VV prize, a sweet collectible and your name in the VV Hall of Fame on VV City each year. That would be great." My life is a party. You're invited to our party, February 27th. Celebrate Pokemon Day by watching Pokemon Horizons together on Netflix. Bring a tasty snack and a comfy seat. I will forever love the Pokemon. New this week, featured in Dynamite Comics, released this week, featured Thundercats number 5, Sheena number 2, Powerpuff Girls number 3, Vampirella number 7, and many more. Collect the extremely scarce, limited edition cover variants and/or read these new release digital comics on our platform from Wednesday, 26th February. Breaking, Apple has confirmed that it's a bug so when you would go in and type in racist on your Apple phone, it auto-corrected to Trump for like a half a second and then auto-corrected back, which is nuts. Nuts. Oklahoma's Bitcoin reserve bill passes committee. I'm going to say that again with more pizzazz, but I did things today and now my back hurts. So yeah. Sorry. Oh my God. Oklahoma's Bitcoin reserve bill passes committee. Oklahoma's Strategic Bitcoin Reserve Act HB 1203 has passed the House committee, moving to a floor vote. The bill would allow the state to invest 10% of public funds into Bitcoin or any digital asset with a market cap over $500 billion. The source is Cointelegraph. Almost I'm going to Nintendo for a bit because of Nintendo World. That's one of my favorite places on earth. It's so exciting. Nintendo World is one of oh God, my body. My back. It's one of my favorite places on earth. Guys, I have to like hang for a second because my back is gonna commit seppuku. I'm just gonna okay. And I can't do it in a coat, so I'm just gonna my love, me hot, Cherie. I want what you got all over me. Okay, that helped a little bit. Okay. But yeah, every now and then you just need to hang, and then oh my god. Omar saying New York City Nintendo is celebrating Pokemon Day with lots of activities. I bet it is. And I'm going to go next year. I'm gonna go and get that bread next year. Booth saying, I'm buying Illuvium right now. If you're not, you're losing, bro. I wish. I wish. I've just bought the dip so many times. I'm just out of funds. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing left. Debbie, I would love to get Debbie at 74 cents. I would love to get Illuvium at $17. That's so freaking cheap. I mean, it's 15 the other day, but you know what I mean. Oh God, hiccups. Squeeze me. Let's be Conga City. Tis where I grew up. Tis a hidden city. First Solana ETF listed on DTCC. Wild. Wild stuff. Crazy days. I was saying, hope the back is okay, Randy. It's not. Is this from the Army? Well, I wasn't in the Army. I was in the world's greatest Air Force. Could you share a quick story just for? Yeah, absolutely. Let me get the get the jacket back on because it'd be chilly down here. Quick military story. Okay. Try a fun. I feel like this is a story I would only tell if I was drinking, but I haven't really drank this month. So I drank a lot for Greg's interview the other day because I was nervous. Okay. in Kuwait, there was this Saudi plane that we were working, and so Kuwait is kind of like New York City for air forces, where you get aircraft from not just the U.S., get them from Norway, Canada, Israel, Saudi, like you get them from everywhere. And Saudis, these particular Saudis did not like women. I think 10 years ago, if you were a woman, you could not legally drive in Saudi Arabia. And these particular Saudis were very into the old ways where they didn't like women, they didn't respect women, they wanted nothing to do with women. Well, maybe not nothing to do, you know what I mean? I was there collecting a manifest, and the cargo team was led by a woman. She was the one that just had the qualifications. She led the team. It was like, hey, and she was trying to talk to the guys, and the guys like shrugged her off. I was like, is there a language barrier? Like I know they speak English, like because they had speaking English before and speaking English to me, and I was like, hey, hey brother, how's it going? Everything all right? And I was like, where are your men? I was like, well, like, you know, like gestures vaguely at the and there were men on that team, but the Saudi guys just is like, we're not working with, you know, like a woman, and it's like you need to have like a manager. I was like, so she's like the only one like here that's like qualified to do this, and I was like, we're not fucking moving. I was like, the fuck. So I go over the radio. I was like, yeah, give me a landline over here. I didn't want to go over the radio and be like, yeah, this Saudi plane is being real like bigoted right now, like being real sexist over here. And so I get on a landline with them, and I was like, yeah, bro, they do not want a woman. They do, like they are. And I remember the lady that was on dispatch says like, yeah, our higher ups are saying just send them back. I was like, all right. So I tell because I didn't want all this over on the radio, so I tell the cargo teams like, hey, just be advised that they just want to, you know, probably just send a bunch of guys, you know, go back and just change the lead, or whatever. And they're like, they're fine. All right, if they want to like delay this fucking mission. I was like, So of course I stand out there, like 120-degree heat. I'm not one of those people that was like, I had to walk 15 miles in the snow to like, no, it's in Kuwait in the summer. There was one week where it was like 127 every day, every day. And what came like after the team left, I expected a team of dudes. But Master Sergeant, we'll call her Snuffy, was not having any of that. She and a team of 4 other independent women that did not need no man came out and almost caused an international incident. And I was like, oh my God, we're this is not this I was like so they came out and she goes to the guys like, we're your fucking team and you're gonna fucking listen to us. And and I was just like, pick spot on floor and stare. And I could tell the Saudi guy is looking at me. I was like, I am not looking, I am looking at no one. And he's like, fine. So he had one of his like underlings like help him with stuff. And I was like, God damn, that was a time. That was a time. And thankfully no international incident occurred. I don't think that could happen. Like that was yeah. Alex says, thanks, Randy. No problem. Mike Jones says, we criticize the culture for not liking women, but Western culture is very anti-male. Well, that's a very complicated. I would love to sit here and be like, yeah, it is. It's okay to be male. It's okay to be white. But let's bring it back a little bit. Women have been able to go to college. Women have been able to vote for 100 years. They've been able to go to college for X amount of years, and they've been able to join the workforce for several decades now. And in the 90s, the housewife was a dying breed. Partially because women joined the workforce, getting their own money, getting their own moolah, but also because it got harder to live off of just one income. And one of the consequences of that is women having their own money, women having their own independence, and then the birth control pill as well, being able to boink without consequence. Women are the gatekeepers of DNA and creation of life. If they don't want your seed, you ain't getting it in. And once birth control is introduced and women started going to the workforce, then the power dynamic kind of changed. And again, most people in the world, both men and women, were kept down by the 1%, by the higher ups, by whatever. Even now, that still happens, but there is a tiny substrata of hyper successful men that can kind of do what they want, and most women go for those men, and those men can get away with it because they can treat women relatively however they want, because there's always going to be women that want them for their money, for their success, their dominance on the hierarchy. And one of the consequences of this is feminism. And feminism, I think, when it was first introduced, is like, hey, women should have equal rights. They should. Everyone should be treated the same. Obviously, there are certain things that women can do that they're just better at. Same with men. But then you have this tiny, and again, there's the Pareto distribution works in everything. 20% of workers for a company will get 80% of the work done. 20% of the people in the world get 80% of the money, and 20% of the guys in the world get 80% of the women. And women keep going for the 8s and above, people that have money, that are successful. You could have no money and still be like good looking and cute, and then girls will still go for you. Have a good car. There was this story on TikTok the other day where this guy he said there was 2 absolute beautiful, drop dead gorgeous looking women in his high school. One hooked up with this decent looking dude that had a really awesome truck. Her life is kind of a mess now because she had a couple kids with him. Another one started working as a waitress at some establishment. Some international billionaire saw her, liked her, they hooked up, and that woman is now living the high life. And again, those 2 women were relatively the same. Like, they were 10s, drop dead gorgeous. Now, one waited, and she got to pick who she wanted, and that other girl could have picked who she wanted also, but she settled for a dude, no money, but he just had a truck. Just throwing that out there. Because these tiny substrata of men that everyone wants, they're a lot of them are assholes, and that's, I'm not gonna lie, it's how you get women. If you act like you don't care, if like, just real life example here. I used to work at a strip club, and I used to dance at that strip club, and these women get told that they're beautiful 100 times a day. They get told every line in the book. They're savvy to it. That doesn't impress them. Even at those times, like, money doesn't impress them because they see so much flash of it around. A lot of them are on drugs, but what really drives them is when a guy that has other good-looking women around him and they don't pay the girl any attention. It is texting them and saying like, "Hey, I just wanted to reach out. Kind of busy today, but I'll if I'm not too busy, I'll text you later," and then not texting them. "I'm not too busy, I'll call you later," and then not calling them. It's being an asshole, and that's what gets them. Like, depending on who you are as a person, like 8 times out of 10, if you're just an a-hole, you'll get those responses. You'll get them to text you. Like, I swear. For me, I kind of just, I don't know. I am what I am. I'll text them memes of like SpongeBob memes or Pokemon memes, whatever, and they like it. They like it. If not, I don't really follow that. But again, as all these guys are assholes, you've had a lot of women that just got fudged. They got used and abused, and they just like been dating assholes my whole life because, again, the assholes get the girls. And then the feminism movement rises, and they say, "Heck, men, they're assholes," and a lot of men are. Well, the men that women go after, a lot of them are assholes because they don't have to be good. Like, any movie star, anyone that's rich, or anyone that is just good looking, like they don't have to try, so they don't really have to grow up. And what the feminism movement did is they focused on that substrate of men. Like, men are at the top of businesses, men are at the top of governments, men are at the top of this, and men treat us like assholes. We don't need men. Fuck men. I understand how that happens because, again, what they're saying is true. Men are at the top of pretty much everything. But it's not all men. Like, most men are not at the top of everything. It's these super tiny percentage of almost sociopathic men that are willing to work 100 hours a week to get to these positions, or do living with no bed so that they can become a crypto millionaire. It is, yeah. So with the feminism movement, they became very anti-men. And then with the minority, kind of the civil rights movement, like on hyper steroids, people got that for whatever reason. Now, if you're a cis white male or a straight white male, like people hate you for some freaking reason. And yes, that, but I feel like though, mostly in the world, like maybe I get a little bit of a pass because I'm a minority. I feel like most people are cool with me. I feel like most women are like chill with me because like they're not, they don't hate men when they're around me, and I almost never have anyone, like I have like the haters obviously, but a lot of women that I hang out with, like they're not, I don't think they're really as anti-men as they say they are, because they're, I don't know, they're cool around me, chill around me, we're all friends. Anyway, Alex Hems, that's awesome, Randy. I hope you have a great rest of the night. You too, man. You too. All right, let's. I feel like I went off on a tangent there. Oklahoma's Bitcoin reserve bill passes. I just went over that. I'm sorry. $250 Trump bill. Rep. Joe Wilson wants it printed. Rep. Joe Wilson is planning to introduce legislation directing the Bureau of Engraving and Printing to design a $250 bill featuring Donald Trump. Wilson argues that Trump's economic policies deserve recognition. While critics call it political grandstanding, the U.S. has never had a $250 bill, making this proposal unprecedented. Love that. This guy named Super Nintendo over on VeVe had bought the number 45 Protector of Liberty, the common from the Assassin's Creed. Ooh, the House passed a budget resolution including 4.5 trillion in tax cuts with no taxes on tips, overtime, or Social Security. Let's go. Let's get that bread. Atlantic City, New Jersey is like a 9-hour drive. Oh, bro, look at me 11 years ago. My God, wasn't I? Look at my boy DeVico. Weren't, man, 11 years ago. I could lie. Don't look that bad. Debie goes on and says, redefining value exchange with contingent transaction sets, or CTS. Built-in compliance, embedded risk management, secure, efficient, and transparent trading only with Debie. There's so much more I have to go over, but it's getting close to the 2-hour mark. So I'm going to, oh God, I'm gonna have to do another hang here real quick because my back is killing me. Yeah. Okay. That's what I did today. That's what it is. Okay. Isn't my love strong enough? Maybe you yeah. Jury. No one what you get. Oh, okay. What was that? My hammy kind of went away. It cramped up. I could have done more. Anywho, let's move on, shall we? Let's chat. I went over the Definity stuff. There's my boy. Wes says that he hopes Veveverse has land sales, and I say I'd love that. Then Wes said it can't be considered a metaverse without land sales. So I say LOL, maybe. And he says, bro, look at all the real metaverses. They all have land sales. So I say, Wes, the real metaverses have next to no users. So am I good Charlotte in 2002? Because do you really want to be like them? I would think not. Now, obviously, I would love land sales. I am pushing for it. I talk about it all the time. It'd be great if we had them. We'll see. I think land sales will be back on the table, especially once the regulatory stuff is approved. They should be working on it now so that it's ready by the time it is. But, you know, maybe other stuff that they deem is more important. Bybit registers with Indian authorities, resuming full services. Yep. FTX's $950 million bankruptcy fees is among the costliest since Lehman. Ugh. President Trump orders all federal agencies to prepare for massive downsizing. Elon Musk says, if we don't cut spending, America will go bankrupt. I mean, they've been saying that for years. Now, obviously, he's right, but again, they've been saying that for years. It's like, oh, Iran is close to having nuclear weapons. They've been saying that they've literally been saying that for 30 years. Like, same thing when Elon goes and says like, we don't stop spending, we're going to be bankrupt. Again, they've been saying, I agree, we should not be spending at this rate, but again, they've been saying that for how many years? And anywho, yeah, I don't know. I guess Michelle Trachtenberg had liver problems. Not good for me. What did Michelle Trachtenberg die of? I don't really know if TMZ is a good story here. Okay. abc.net.au. What we know about Michelle Trachtenberg's death. Found unresponsive in her luxury apartment in New York. Officers found her at 8 a.m. Pronounced her dead. Oh, damn, she was dead at the scene. Her public relations team confirmed her death in a statement. Great sadness confirmed. Yeah. Family requests privacy. No further details on this time. So I don't know why people think that. Oh, because did she have a liver transplant? US ABC reported Trachtenberg recently underwent a liver transplant and may have been experiencing complications. Oh, okay. She might have. Okay. Now I'm going to go in and say, why did Michelle have a liver transplant? Underwent liver transplant before death. Final days of being uncovered. Leading up to her passing, gossip alum had recently undergone a liver transplant for the surgical procedure or disease damage. Yep. But why did she have a bad liver? Please notice also ABC News that she may have been experiencing complications, usually performed as a way to treat people with chronic conditions, including hepatitis B, C, cirrhosis, scarring the liver, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and alcoholic-related liver disease per Mayo Clinic. Possible complications of liver transplant include blood clots, but why did she have to get it in the first place? Yeah, why did she have to get it? God, she's so beautiful. She'll be missed. Yeah, I'm so curious on why she had to get it in the first place. Oh well, it'll have to remain a mystery for now. Anyway, let's move on here. Yeah, I want to go another couple minutes here just to get to the 2-hour mark. Dude, my friend Sarah is so savage. She said, are they going to put her obituary as the spy that had to die? Oh my God, Sarah, you monster. Oh, pics of her doggo. I want to see that. Okay, let's get to the rest of the news here, or some of the rest of the news before I go. Yeah, Elon Musk has been receiving a lot of death threats for his work at Doge. I believe that. President Trump announced a 25% tariff on the European Union. Yeah, it's wild. Oklahoma's Government Oversight Committee passes strategic Bitcoin reserve bill, advances to House floor. Good for you, Oklahoma. Good for you. Oh, okay. Falsetto. Oh, all right. So here's some more news for Definity. I'll go in and read them to you right now. Somebody was doing a bit of digging and found a layer 2 chain called OWN, which somehow connected to Facet, and they're in the RWA space, who has partners bringing token side gold and other real world assets on chain. Manu Chattery, CEO of Definity, says, Falsetto are a B2C play, and we are actively involved in support their operations from market wholesale perspectives, such as on-ramping fiat. Chal Fern says, hi Manu, is SERB1 and Definity markets interconnected, or are they completely separate entities? I just found out about it from Michael's LinkedIn profile. And Manu Chattery says, Cerberus Technology Systems is a 100% owned subsidiary. Gotta love that bread. Okay, guys, that'll be it for me. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. I love you all. Because every time we touch, I get this feeling. Everybody say, bye-bye to Deshi. I love you, Deshi. Bye-bye. gonna do some more pull-ups, and then I'm gonna have a donut. Okay. No, I'm gonna have a pepperoni pinwheel. All right, I love you guys. Bye. Meow, 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 meow. You're getting me high.